Hello, everyone, and good morning. I'm Jessica Blackbird. Welcome to my channel. You guys, the governor of Texas, Governor Abbott, has sent buses of migrants to Kamala Harris, the vice president of the U.S., to her house. Oh my goodness. According to Newsweek and several other publications, but I'm reading from Newsweek, Texas Governor Greg Abbott has reportedly sent two buses of migrants to Kamala Harris's residence at the Naval Observatory in Washington, D.C., delivering between 75 and 100 people outside the vice president's official mansion. According to a breaking news report by Fox News, the migrants originally came from Venezuela, Uruguay, Colombia, and Mexico. They were picked up at Eagle Pass in Texas and sent to Washington on the Republican governor's orders. The two buses that arrived outside Harris's residence are the latest of dozens sent by Abbott to Washington, D.C., New York, and Chicago since April. With this tactic, the Texas governor is trying to make a point about the Biden administration's immigration policies, which Abbott says are overwhelming Texas. According to Abbott's office, more than 9,400 migrants have been dropped off in Washington since April, now likely over 9,500 with those left outside the vice president's residence, and more than 2,100 have been sent to New York. According to data from the Texas Division of Emergency Management, Texas has spent over $12 million chartering buses to transport migrants to the liberal states. CNN, which obtained the state government spreadsheet through a Freedom of Information Act request, found that the state has paid $12,707,720.92 to Win Transportation, the charter service that is taking migrants to Washington, D.C. and New York. Arizona and Florida have joined Texas in this controversial tactic, sending busloads or plane loads of migrants to Washington and Martha's Vineyard. You guys know Martha's Vineyard is full of rich people, and they're sending these poor people to their little vineyard, their little secluded rich area. Since May, Arizona has sent 43 buses to Washington, D.C., transporting migrants who are mainly from Colombia, Peru, and Venezuela. Doug Ducey, the state's Republican governor, is estimated to have sent at least 1,500 people to the capital so far. Texas, Arizona, and Florida are crucial battlegrounds in the midterm elections in November, with the governor's office in all three states up for grabs. On Wednesday, the small Massachusetts island of Martha's Vineyard, known as a wealthy vacationing spot, unexpectedly received some 50 migrants who traveled through Texas under Florida Governor Ron DeSantis' program to relocate illegal migrants. Christina Pushaw, Rapid Response Director for DeSantis' re-election campaign, challenged officials at Martha's Vineyard to take in a few thousand more migrants flown in from Florida. The mayor of the District of Columbia, Muriel Bowser, a Democrat who's been in office since 2015, declared a 15-day public emergency on September 8th as the city struggled to coordinate the humanitarian crisis instigated by Abbott and Ducey. So you guys, I understand what they're trying to do. They're like, okay, you guys' policy is having us inundated with immigrants, and here's how it feels. So they're putting them, in literally in Kamala Harris's front yard. So, I understand what they're trying to prove, but these are human beings, and they shouldn't be political pawns. They're coming here because they are hungry. Their children are hungry. If I feel so much compassion for them, And yes, they should do it the correct way. They should apply and come here legally, but put yourselves in their shoes. If your children are hungry, they're starving, they don't have shoes on their feet, wouldn't you do everything in your power to try to take care of them? These people are so poor and destitute. That is why they come here. So many people over centuries have come here for the American dream, where this land is called the land of milk and honey, where you can come here and make your dreams come true. So that is what they're doing. They're coming here to try to make a living, to take care of their children and their parents. Sometimes entire families are being taken care of by one person who managed to cross the border. So it's understandable how the governor of Texas, Arizona, those governors can be upset about what's going on, because it does tax their states to take care of these people. Some people, not all, like they may have to pay for them to go into detention. But when you're illegal and you cross the border, you don't qualify for food stamps, welfare, or anything like that. So that's not what's taxing. It's putting them into detention that's costing. And the $12 million that was paid for those buses could have been used for other things. If I lived in Texas, I would be pissed off about that. Why not use that $12 million to do something about the rising costs of living with all the inflation going on, you know? Anyway, that's just my opinion. I understand both sides, but these human beings who are coming here because they are literally dying of hunger. And some people come here, especially from Honduras. Women come here because they are being killed on the streets. They're being taken from their beds and their little homes and put into trafficking situations. Or if they refuse, they get killed. So they're running for their lives. I know when I talked about this before, people were unsubscribing left and right from my channel. But this is how I feel about it. This country is rich. And yes, if we find them to be criminals, send them back. But if they are hungry and they are willing to work, we could use them. Let them get legalized here and work. Because let's be honest, they do jobs most Americans don't want to do. So it's a tricky situation, but these human beings don't need to be used as pawns. They don't. And they sent them to Kamala Harris's front yard. Where are they going to go from there? Like I said, I understand the point they're trying to make, but why use human beings? It's just so sad. Let me know what your thoughts are. I know a lot of you disagree with my position on this, but we're all adults. So let's talk about it in the comment section, and let's be nice and kind and respectable for one another, okay? I know this is a really touchy subject, but let's talk about it. I'll see you there.